to another example. Okay? Let's go back to the board. Now, of course, these letters is randomly, shuffled and dealt and come up. And so when you play this at home or in school, particularly, this is a very interesting game when you play in a classroom with a lot of kids, each have cards, and teachers simply put the letters up in sequence and see whether somebody will call bingo, and the number of words you can make and so forth. Okay? Now, this sequence is example, not always come this way, and sometimes may take you more than 9 letters to even make 1 or 2 words. Okay. All right, let's move on to next slide, which is slide 37, is it? Yeah, okay. So we are moving one step further. Okay, now we call the bingo pattern as a cross pattern. As you see on this, this green bar, okay, it's a cross. So if that is defined as our bingo pattern, then you would have to make words, fill in the 3 horizontal row and vertical 5. Okay? Now, this vertical is the E column. So you have to make words that have E in it for 5 times. And you can make 3 words here. Okay? This obviously can be word made of A or E, because it's an E row and A column. And here is E row and I column. Okay? We'll show you how this may work. Let's see whether we can get next slide, which is 38. Okay? Now, here, again, what is the letters that come up? Okay, letters, so E, B, D, R, A, A, R, I, K. Okay, E, B, D, R, A. I just, B, D, R, K, A, and A, R. Oh, I don't have. Let's say this is A. Okay, we need another R somewhere. Oh, here's A, R. A, R, I, K. Okay, so the nine letters is E, B, D, R, A, R, I, K in that sequence. In other words, the bingo dealer, let's call it, will put E up and say E, B, D, R, A, R, I, K in that sequence. Okay, now, the previous examples sort of give you the clue. When EBD comes up, you can make the word be, right, and bed. That's very obvious, isn't it? So be and bed can be made when the 3 letters come up. And when R comes up, you can make a bread, B-R-E-D, okay? When A comes up, you can make this bread, the bread you can eat, right? All right. Now, next letter A comes up. This A comes up. Now, you took advantage, oh, gee, I can make bed plus A and make into bead. And that satisfies this position because it's under A column and E row. You have both A and E in this word. So you can fill that position. Now, next letter comes up is R. You can't do much about it, except you have to go back to see, make another word. You already fill up the B, bed, bread, and bread, but another R doesn't seem to be able to give you anything, okay? Then you wait till next letter comes up, I. Now you see, when the I comes up, you say, now I can make bride, taking advantage of the bread, which is right here. You reuse that, okay, and you place it over here. And also satisfy the condition that this is on the E row and I column. And you have E in it and I in it, and bride, B-R-I-D-E. So now you made 3 words horizontal, 4 words vertical. You have 1 spot still missing. And you're lucky. Let's say the ninth letter come out is a K. And the previous example, you saw that, hey, with a bread, with a K come up, you can make a break. Okay? So then when the K comes up, you will say, bingo! Because now you fulfilled the E row with 3 words. I'm sorry, E column with 5 words, and E row with 3 words. And these 3 words, the 2 words also satisfy the I column and A column. Okay? So that's the example for a cross. Okay? So as you can tell, when you play the bingo game, like the number game, in playing number game, you can also play a cross pattern or a diagonal cross pattern and so on. And we could do the same. So for a simple card, like Scramble Bingo card, you can make different patterns and let people play. So this type of a game can be easily played in classroom, in schools, or among friends at home, because it's very easy to make. In fact, all Scramble games that we created are simple to make, and that's why you could use same design to play different games. Okay. All right. We probably still have some time. Let's continue on. Let's do another example. Okay. How about having next slide, which is probably slide 39. See whether you can, show 39. Okay, we back to the bingo card. Again, you see the A, E, I, O, U, right? Now, in this pattern, we say, now this game we want to make a cross, which is in the middle. Now, you can see the green squares, okay? There are 4, E, this vertically 4, and then horizontally 3, okay? So that's a small cross. Now, you can certainly arbitrarily choose whatever pattern you want to play, and usually a dealer or whoever decides, and then people play and see who gets to be the first one called the bingo. So this pattern we call EIOU. Even though it's a smaller cross, that's a 4 vertical, 3 horizontal, but you realize it requires 4 vowels, E, I, O, U, all sort of come out before you can fill all the words. Therefore, you have to pay attention when the letters comes up and whether you got E, I, O, U to be used in filling up the cross pattern. All right? Okay. Now, let's, I don't actually have the cards laid out beforehand. Let's have the next slide, 40. All right. We probably don't have to use board to illustrate this. Just use this transparency here. Now, the letters that being dealt, okay, let's see, is 10 letters, okay? This 10 letters. Now, the sequence is I, T, E, R, O, D, okay, and T, O, U, N. I hope that you can read this, okay? If you have problem reading this, let's zoom in a little. Otherwise, this is the sequence of letters come up. Now, when ITE come up, obviously, IT come up, all right? Let's say first IT come up. You can make it, which you place in the middle right here, okay? And E come up, you say tie. That's very simple. So again, this is an example to show, you can easily do this, but sometimes as the luck have it, has it, your letters may or may not come up easily to make words. So the fourth letter is R, okay? So when you have it and tie, now the fourth letter is R, you actually could, for example, make right, right? You can put right somewhere, but let's say you didn't. Your next letter comes up, okay, is O. Now, the fifth letter is O. When O come up, you could make a word, say riot, okay, R-I-O-T. So, and then D come up, okay. Now, D come up, you could make tied, take advantage of the fact that TIE is already there. Why we do this, of course, you have to remember the fulfillment of this column and this row required to fill this word with both E and I, this word with both I and O, okay? And that's the reason, you know, sometimes you choose certain way of spelling and make the words. So when eventually the rest of the letters come up, you make this word toiler and unite it. And now this fulfills the whole column here, okay? Now why you do this, toiler? Because you take advantage of the fact that riot is already used, okay? So this slide, a little bit complicated, but again, you know, the illustration is on the side. Tie, T-I-E has I and E, and tide is also, you know, and so on. And this is the reason that you want to make words to fill all the boxes to fulfill the condition, both when you have two vowels crossed in that particular spot. So when you have this 7 words made, and you call bingo, and you win, okay? Now, I hope I explained this properly and for you. Again, as I said before, games is, you know, it's difficult to explain and get the excitement over, but you need to play it. And you can play this very easily and draw a little square and 5 by 5 and make cards, and then you just play with these scramble cards. So we have only a minute left. I would like to invite all of you, okay, contact us if you want to come to the studio to play games, and you can request a particular game you want to play, such as this Scramble Bingo, or Scramble Hangman, or Scramble Charade, or many other games that we have created for you. The whole idea is to have fun and learn. So anybody can call us and make a reservation, say, well, I would like to come to play. And we always have Friday evenings reserved for production, and the games are broadcast every Wednesday in at least Yorktown, Somers area, and other towns in different times and hours, even in Carmel down to New Rochelle. So thanks for watching. Good night.